Alexander, thank you so much for talking to me today. I have seen the start of The Little Drummer Girl and it is so good. Tell me about the series.
Well, the series revolves around a young actress, British actress. Her name is Charlie, and she gets sucked into the world of espionage while on a vacation in Greece with her friends. She strikes up a conversation with this guy who happens to kind of go to the same beach and same restaurant as they. And what she first thinks is just a little budding holiday romance turns out to be something very, quite different. His intentions are, I wouldn't say sinister, but he has a different plan.
Yes, okay.
For her future.
It's so gripping right from the start, and it's had comparisons with The Night Manager. It's obviously come from the same team who did that. Do you think it's fair to compare the two?
Well, I understand why people would do that, because it's the Ink Factory, it's based on a John Le Carre novel, and it's a limited series. So, but I think tonally it's very, very different. The world it's set in is quite different. It's, I mean, it's period piece. It takes place in 1979, and it revolves around the conflict in the Middle East, and a group of Mossad agents that are after a man named Khalil, who's a very elusive character that they've been chasing for many years.
Your character Becca is quite mysterious. How did you get into that mindset of being a spy? Do you think that your military training has helped with that at all?
Well, I think it helped. Yeah, I think that informed a lot of my choices, and having had that background. What was so interesting about Becker is, unlike what I did when I was in the military, he has to act. His job is to, as an operative, he goes undercover and he pretends to be other characters. And on the show, he kind of oscillates between Becker and Michelle as he's coaching Charlie, and that was quite fun to go back and forth. Even within a scene, he would sometimes be Becker, and then he would talk to her as Michelle, the younger brother of Khalil, the man they're after, who's a Palestinian on the other side of the conflict. So, and he had to kind of give her Michelle's backstory, his life story, and what he went through with conviction. It was very important. In order to keep Charlie safe, she has to really connect with Michelle and believe in this. And that also blurs the line between right and wrong, good and evil, in quite an interesting way.
Yeah, the whole thing is just so stylish. It kind of has a little bit, I think, of a Bond feel to it. Would you say that was true?
It's so difficult to compare John Le Carre to anyone else out there, and it's a maze layered on top of another maze. It's so intricate and so rich and so detailed, which was extraordinarily stressful because I didn't have much time to prepare it. I was shooting another movie up until 3 weeks before this, so to then get, this is a 6-hour miniseries, so it's almost 400 pages, the script, and again, it's so dense and so layered, and there's so much to kind of find in that, and so many different paths you can choose to kind of jump into this, or entry points. So it was, it's a lot of work, but that's also like one of the best things about this job.
Yeah.
When it's so intelligent and so thought-provoking, but also very exciting and thrilling.
Yeah, I mean, I absolutely loved it. I can't wait to see the rest of it. I have to ask you about Big Little Lies. I know you can't say a lot about it, but can you confirm that...
I'm really enjoying this China, by the way.
I see what you're doing there.
It's so good to be back in the UK.
I see what you're doing.
You don't mess around with your China here.
We love our China.
Oh.
Can you confirm at least whether you were on the set?
Yes, I can.
You were on the set, yeah?
Yeah.
And can you tell us anything about Meryl Streep?
Meryl Streep is a talented actress. You should definitely check out her work. She's got a bright future ahead of her.
And were you guys ever on the set at the same time?
Yes, we were. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, she plays. She's an important part of season 2. Mm-hmm. And
does she play your mum? Is it?
Yeah. And I've read the series, the 6 episodes.
Yeah.
And it's I loved it. I hope people enjoy it. Because it's obviously season 1 was based on a book, and it was, again, a limited series, so it was never meant to have a second season. It was never meant to be a sequel there. But Leanne Moriarty, who wrote the book, and David Simon, who wrote the screenplay, came up with, I think everyone agreed that if it feels contrived or if it feels like we're milking this because people enjoyed season 1, mm-hmm. we're not going to do the show or the book justice. It has to make sense, and it has to be a beautiful, important story to tell, and I think they did a tremendous job.
Oh, you had to give us a season 2. You had to. It was just so gripping, that first season.
Yeah, but sometimes that gets disappointing if it's like you do it because people want it, and then if you don't have a great story, if you don't if it's just like, oh, then sometimes it's better to just leave it as a limited series, as a one-off. But again, having read it, it's the way into it, and it's very, very interesting and very smart.
Was it one of those moments where you called up your family and you were like, "Oh my God, I'm going to be working with Meryl Streep here"?
Well, I was on set, so I kind of made her coffee. I didn't necessarily work with her.
So you were just making the teas and coffees.
I have met her, and she's extraordinary.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you come from an acting family. Obviously, your dad, Stellan Skarsgard. Did you watch Mamma Mia too?
Yeah, of course.
Did you learn all the songs?
Well, I knew most of them because, well, why wouldn't I? It's ABBA. They're incredible. No, I went. Yeah, I saw. I went I saw it in LA when it came out, and it was. I loved it. But mostly because I could tell how fun my dad had on it.
Yeah.
And he doesn't sing and he can't dance, but he doesn't care, and he really just enjoys it so much. And it's a beautiful love story, and I'm obviously referring to this love story between my father and Colin Firth. Because that's the essence, the true love story of the movie.
Of course. A bromance is
they had
always
an
the best.
extraordinary, very, very intense bromance. Megan, my dad's wife, got a bit jealous because she was like, he's
understandable,
so infatuated by this man. And knowing the backstory, how that bromance almost caused my father's divorce, it's beautiful to watch a movie because it's intense. It's real. Yeah. That passion is real, and I hope to make a third installment where just that focuses on
just that,
the two of them.
Oh, of course,
singing and dancing together.
It would be rude not to, right?
Right. Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you so much. It's been so lovely to meet you, and
thank you.
Good luck with everything. You are the busiest guy on the planet, I'd say.
Well, there's always time for a little cup of tea.
Always, yes.
Yeah. Nice to meet you.